There is a particular kind of exhaustion that arrives not from doing too much, but from giving too much of yourself away for too long. After 60, you have likely cared for everyone. Children who needed you, partners who depended on you, work that demanded you, responsibilities that shaped you. You showed up, you sacrificed, you bent yourself into shapes that fit other people's needs. But sit with this question for a breath. When was the last time you treated yourself with the same gentleness you offered to everyone else? Most people spend their entire lives waiting for permission to be kind to themselves. They believe rest must be earned, that self-love is selfish, that their worth depends on how much they give until there's nothing left. And now, after decades of this quiet depletion, something inside you may feel hollow, not broken, just emptied. Tonight, we're going to explore 8 quiet Buddhist ways to love yourself gently, not dramatically, not selfishly, but wisely. Because after 60, self-love is no longer indulgence. It is spiritual maturity. Way 1. Practice sacred self-kindness. The harshest voice in your life right now may not belong to anyone around you. It may be your own, judging the body that moves more slowly than it used to, criticizing the face in the mirror that no longer matches the one you remember, replaying missed opportunities like old films you cannot turn off. There are people who speak to themselves with a cruelty they would never direct at another human being. You might be one of them. Ask yourself this. If a friend came to you exhausted, aging, carrying regrets, would you tell them they are not good enough, that they should have done better, that their body is a disappointment? Of course not. But somehow, when it comes to yourself, the rules change. Buddhism teaches something most people resist at first. It says that suffering deepens not just from external circumstances, but from the disappearance of kindness, especially kindness toward yourself. You might think being hard on yourself keeps you humble, that self-criticism protects you from arrogance or laziness. But here is the truth you may not want to hear. Self-cruelty does not make you better, it makes you tired. It does not sharpen you, it depletes you. And after 60, you simply do not have the energy to waste on a war with yourself. Think about how much mental space you spend each day in self-recrimination. The small voice that says you should have accomplished more by now, that your body has let you down, that you are not as sharp as you used to be. That voice does not rest. It follows you from morning to night, commenting, judging, comparing, and each time you listen to it, you reinforce a neural pathway of self-rejection. The brain does not distinguish between the criticism you give yourself and the criticism you receive from others. It registers both as threat, both as pain. So every harsh word you direct inward becomes a small trauma that accumulates over time. Picture this. Imagine right now placing your hand gently over your heart, not performatively, just quietly. Feel the warmth of your palm against your chest. Now speak to yourself the way you would to someone you deeply love who is exhausted, not with pity, but with respect. You might say, "You have carried so much, you have done enough. You can rest now." Notice what happens in your body when you hear those words. Does something tighten? Does a part of you resist? That resistance is important. It tells you how long you have been at war with yourself. Where are you still punishing yourself? What mistake from 10, 20, 30 years ago are you still replaying? What expectation, set by someone who is not even in your life anymore, is still sitting on your shoulders like a stone? Here is the turning point most people miss. Self-kindness is not weakness. It is the foundation of every other form of strength. When you stop exhausting yourself with self-judgment, you free up energy, clarity, peace. And that peace is not passive. It is the ground from which real wisdom grows. There is a practice in Buddhism called metta, loving-kindness meditation. Traditionally, it is directed toward others, but the Buddha himself taught that you must include yourself in that circle of compassion. The practice is simple but profound. You sit quietly, place your hand over your heart, and repeat phrases like, "May I be safe, may I be peaceful, may I be kind to myself, may I accept myself as I am." At first, these words might feel hollow, even false. You might think you do not deserve such kindness. But that is precisely why you need it. The practice is not about believing the words immediately. It is about creating a new pathway, a different way of relating to yourself that is not based on performance or perfection. After 60, gentleness is not softness. It is strength that no longer needs to prove itself. So ask yourself tonight, before you sleep, if I spoke to myself the way I speak to the people I love, how would my inner world change? You do not need to answer that now. Just let the question sit. And tomorrow, when that critical voice arises, pause, take one breath, and choose, just for that moment, to speak to yourself as you would to someone precious. Because you are precious, not because of what you have achieved, but because you are here, breathing, trying, still showing up despite everything. That deserves kindness, not criticism. Way 2. Honor your body as a faithful teacher. Your body is slowing down. You feel it in the morning stiffness, the joints that ache without reason, the energy that does not return as quickly as it used to. And if you are like most people, a quiet anger may live beneath the surface. Anger at the body for betraying you, for not cooperating, for reminding you with every creak and limitation that time is passing and you cannot stop it. But sit with this reframe for a moment. What if your body has not betrayed you at all? What if it has been the most faithful companion you have ever had? Think about it. Your body has carried you through decades of stress, grief, joy, sleepless nights, long days. It has held you when you were heartbroken. It has moved you toward the people you love. It has survived illnesses, accidents, and exhaustion you did not think you could endure. And it is still here, still breathing, still holding you, still trying. Buddhism teaches that the body is not an obstacle to enlightenment, it is a teacher. And one of its deepest lessons is patience. The body asks you to slow down, not to punish you, but to protect you. It asks you to rest, not because you are weak, but because rest is how it repairs. It asks you to listen, not because it is failing, but because it has been speaking to you for years, and you have been too busy to hear. Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, before you stand, before the rush of the day begins, place both hands on your chest or your belly, feel the rise and fall of breath, and whisper, quietly, just to yourself, "Thank you for bringing me here." Not because your body is perfect, but because it has been faithful. Now reflect on this. What if discomfort is not failure, but instruction? What if the ache in your knee is not your body breaking down, but your body asking you to move differently? What if fatigue is not weakness, but wisdom telling you it is time to stop pushing? Most of us were raised to see the body as a machine, something to be controlled, optimized, forced into submission. But the body is not a machine. It is a living, breathing part of you that has carried every emotion, every memory, every scar, and it deserves gratitude, not criticism. Here is the shift that changes everything. When you stop resisting your body and start respecting it, you reduce half your suffering. Not because the pain disappears, but because you stop adding the weight of resentment on top of it. You stop making your body the enemy. And when your body is no longer the enemy, something softens. You begin to move through your days with less tension, less fear, less exhaustion. This does not mean you ignore pain or refuse to seek help. It means you stop punishing yourself for not being 20 years old anymore. Your body deserves gratitude, not criticism. So tonight, ask yourself, when was the last time I thanked my body instead of judging it? Let that question rest. Way 3. Master what you can control. Here is a truth that may feel uncomfortable at first. You cannot control aging. You cannot control time. You cannot control other people. You cannot control whether your children call. You cannot control your health with perfect certainty. You cannot reverse what has already happened. And yet, how much of your energy right now is spent trying to do exactly that? Trying to hold back time, trying to manage outcomes you have no power over, trying to make people behave the way you need them to. Buddhism calls this the root of suffering, the desperate clinging to what cannot be held. But here is the part that offers hope. While you cannot control the external world, you can control your response to it. And that response is where all your power lives. Think about this. Two people can face the exact same situation. One is destroyed by it, the other is deepened by it. The difference is not in what happened, it is in how they chose to meet it. Nothing exhausts the spirit more than fighting the inevitable. Resisting reality does not change it, it only drains you. So ask yourself gently, without judgment, where are you still resisting what is already true? Are you resisting the aging process, resisting the loss of a role you once held, resisting the fact that your body or your life looks different than you planned? That resistance, that constant pushing against what cannot be changed, is like trying to hold back the ocean with your hands. It does not stop the waves, it only exhausts you. The Stoic philosophers, who shared much wisdom with Buddhist thinkers, had a simple framework. They divided all of life into two categories, things within your control and things outside your control. Within your control are your thoughts, your values, your responses, your effort, your integrity. Outside your control is nearly everything else. What others think of you, the weather, the past, how much time you have left, whether your body cooperates, whether people appreciate your efforts. The suffering comes not from what happens, but from trying to control what was never yours to control in the first place. Now ask this. What outcome are you trying to force right now? Maybe you are trying to force a relationship to be something it is not. Maybe you are trying to force your body to perform like it used to. Maybe you are trying to control how people see you, how they remember you. But control is a cage, and the moment you step out of it, something unexpected happens. You do not lose power. You discover a different kind of power, the power of acceptance. Not passive resignation, not giving up, but the quiet strength that says, I will do what I can and release what I cannot. Here is how this looks in practice. You cannot control whether your knees hurt, but you can control whether you move gently or berate yourself for limitations. You cannot control whether people appreciate you, but you can control whether you live according to your own values. You cannot control how much time you have left, but you can control whether you spend it at war with reality or at peace with it. You cannot control whether your children visit as often as you would like, but you can control whether you guilt them or simply love them when they do come. You cannot control whether your memory is as sharp as it was, but you can control whether you approach each day with patience or frustration. Buddhism teaches that true strength is not loud. It does not announce itself. It lives quietly in your mind, in your breath, in the space between stimulus and response. That space, that brief moment between something happening and your reaction to it, that is where your freedom lives. That is where you get to choose. And every time you choose awareness over reaction, acceptance over resistance, you reclaim a piece of your power that you had been giving away to circumstances. So reflect on this. How would acceptance feel in your body right now? Not as defeat, but as relief. What would change if you stopped fighting what you cannot control and started pouring that energy into what you can? You can control your awareness. You can control your kindness. You can control the quality of your attention. You can control whether you speak with integrity. You can control whether you rest when you are tired. And when you master those things, the things you actually have power over, peace follows. Not because life becomes easier, but because you stop making it harder. Control your awareness and peace follows. That is not a promise, it is a practice. And it starts the moment you stop gripping what was never yours to hold. Way 4. Lighten your heart through self-forgiveness. By this age, you carry memories like old photographs tucked into drawers you rarely open. Some are warm, soft around the edges, they make you smile. But others are heavy, moments you wish you could redo, words you wish you had not said, choices that still ache when you think about them, even decades later. And if you are honest, there is a part of you that believes you do not deserve to let those memories go, that holding on to regret is somehow proof you have learned, that punishing yourself is a way of making amends. But here is the truth Buddhism offers, and it may sting at first. Carrying guilt does not undo the past, it only poisons the present. Self-forgiveness is not about pretending you never made mistakes. It is not about erasing responsibility or saying it did not matter. It is about recognizing that you were doing the best you could with the awareness you had at that time. And punishing the person you are now for what the person you were then did not know is not justice, it is cruelty. Imagine this. Picture yourself standing beside a river. The water is moving, clear and steady. In your hands you hold stones. Each one represents a regret, a moment of shame, a choice you wish you could take back. Now, imagine placing one stone into the water. Watch it sink. Watch the current carry the ripples away. The stone is gone, but the river keeps flowing. That is what forgiveness looks like. Not forgetting, just releasing the weight so you can keep moving. Now ask yourself this, and be gentle. Who were you when you made those mistakes? Were you younger, more afraid, less aware, carrying wounds you did not know how to heal? Would you judge that younger version of yourself so harshly today if they were standing in front of you, or would you see them with compassion? Here is what most people do not realize. A hardened heart ages faster than the body. Resentment, even toward yourself, calcifies. It becomes a shell. And over time, that shell does not protect you, it isolates you. Buddhism teaches that forgiveness is not a moral obligation, it is a survival skill, because when you refuse to forgive yourself, you carry a weight that makes every step harder. You wake up tired, you move through life braced for punishment, you cannot fully receive love because you do not believe you deserve it. And the cruelest part, the person you wronged, the mistake you made, it may have been decades ago, but you are still serving the sentence. So what would happen if you finally let it go? Not as a grand declaration, not as a single moment of release, but as a practice. Every time the memory surfaces, instead of diving into shame, you pause, you breathe, and you say quietly, I was human. I did not know then what I know now. I release this. At first, it might feel like lying, like you are letting yourself off the hook. But forgiveness is not weakness. It is how the heart breathes again. So tonight, ask yourself, what would I need to believe about myself to finally forgive what I have been holding? And if you cannot answer that yet, that is okay. Just notice the weight and know that one day when you are ready, you can put it down. Way 5. Keep a beginner's mind. There is a quiet tragedy that happens to many people as they age. They stop being curious. They stop learning. They stop wondering. Not because they lose the capacity, but because somewhere along the way they started to believe they already know how life works. And when you stop questioning, when you stop exploring, something inside you begins to harden. The routines become ruts. The days blur together. And before you realize it, you are not living, you are repeating yesterday. But here is what Buddhism teaches, and it is one of the most life-giving principles you can carry. The soul stays young, not through the body, but through curiosity. In Zen, there is a concept called Shoshin, beginner's mind. It means approaching each moment, each experience, as if you are encountering it for the first time. Not because you are naive, but because you refuse to let familiarity dull your awareness. Think about this. How many times have you drunk tea without tasting it? How many sunsets have you seen without really seeing them? How many conversations have you had where you were just waiting for your turn to speak instead of truly listening? When you lose beginner's mind, life becomes background noise. But when you reclaim it, even the smallest moments become vivid again. Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, when you take your first sip of tea or coffee, slow down. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Notice the steam rising. Taste it, not quickly, but fully. Let that single sip be the entire moment. That is beginner's mind. Not exotic, not complicated, just present. Now reflect on this. When did you stop being curious? Was it after a certain age, after a certain loss, after you decided you had already learned all the important lessons? Because here is the truth. The moment you believe you know everything is the moment you stop growing. And when you stop growing, even if your body is still moving, something inside you starts to die. But curiosity, real curiosity, does not require you to travel the world or start a new career. It just asks you to notice, to wonder, to stay open to the possibility that today might teach you something you did not know yesterday. What small thing could you learn this week? A new word, a new recipe, a different route on your walk. It does not have to be grand, it just has to be new. Because novelty wakes up the brain, it creates new pathways, and those pathways keep you alive in a way that routine cannot. What part of life still surprises you? If the answer is nothing, that is not because life has become predictable, it is because you have stopped paying attention. Here is the turning point. Curiosity is vitality, not in the loud, energetic sense, but in the quiet, awake sense. The person who is still curious at 80 is more alive than the person who stopped wondering at 40. So ask yourself, what would happen if I approached today as though I have never lived it before? What would I notice? What would I taste, hear, feel that I have been missing? The soul ages only when it stops wondering, and wonder is always available. You just have to choose it. Way 6. Treat rest as sacred trust. You were taught, probably from a very young age, that rest must be earned, that you have to work hard enough, push long enough, prove yourself worthy before you are allowed to stop. And even then, rest came with a side of guilt. But here is what no one told you. At this stage of life, rest is not laziness. It is wisdom. Your body is asking you to slow down, not because you are weak, but because rest is how it heals, how it processes, how it renews. And yet, how many of you still feel guilty when you rest? How many of you lie down in the afternoon and immediately think, I should be doing something? Buddhism offers a different teaching. Rest is not the opposite of productivity, it is the foundation of it. But more than that, rest is a spiritual practice, because every time you lie down, every time you close your eyes and let go, you are rehearsing the ultimate letting go. Sleep is a kind of surrender. You release control. You trust that your body knows what to do. You let the world continue without you for a few hours, and when you wake, you return. This is the same trust you will need at the end of your life, the ability to let go without fear, to surrender without resistance. So when you rest, you are not just restoring your body, you are practicing trust. Imagine this right now. Picture yourself floating on calm, clear water. You are not swimming, you are not treading water. You are just floating. The water holds you without effort. You do not have to do anything. You are held. That is what rest is, not something you have to earn, just something that holds you when you allow it. Now ask yourself, do you rest with guilt? Do you lie down and immediately start making a mental list of everything you should be doing instead? Do you confuse stillness with laziness? Because if you do, you are not actually resting. You are just lying down while still carrying the weight. What would change if you trusted your need for pause? What if rest was not something you had to justify, but something you honored as essential? Here is the shift. Rest does not make you weak. It makes you sustainable. It restores more than energy. It restores clarity. It restores patience. It restores your ability to be present. And presence is the only place where peace lives. So, tonight when you lie down, do not apologize for it. Do not rush through it. Let it be sacred. Let it be trust. Rest is not weakness. It is trust. And trust is the quiet strength that carries you through everything else. Way 7. Live with virtue, not validation. After 60, something shifts, or at least it should. The applause fades, the promotions stop coming, the roles that once defined you begin to dissolve. And if you have spent your life building your worth on external validation, this can feel like a kind of death. But here is the truth Buddhism offers. You no longer need applause, you need integrity. There are 4 pillars that hold a life of dignity. Wisdom, the ability to see clearly without distortion. Compassion, the willingness to meet suffering, yours and others, with tenderness. Courage, the strength to do what is right, even when it is uncomfortable. Moderation, the balance that keeps you from extremes. These are not achievements, they are practices. And unlike external validation, no one can take them from you. Ask yourself this: when you look in the mirror at night, can you respect the choices you made that day? Not because they were perfect, but because they were honest. Did you speak with integrity even when lying would have been easier? Did you act with kindness even when no one was watching? Did you choose the harder right over the easier wrong? Because that is where peace grows, not from being liked, not from being praised, but from being able to meet your own eyes without flinching. Here is what most people miss. The hunger for external validation is endless. No amount of praise ever feels like enough because it is coming from outside. But self-respect, the kind built on virtue, is solid. It does not shift with other people's opinions. It does not crumble when you are alone. It is the foundation that holds when everything else falls away. Buddhism teaches that peace grows from character, not from comfort. Comfort is temporary. It rises and falls with circumstances. But character is something you carry regardless of what happens around you. So reflect on this. What would your life look like if you stopped trying to impress people and started living by principles you actually respect? What decisions would change? What relationships would shift? What quiet courage would you finally access? Self-respect is the deepest form of self-love. Not because you are perfect, but because you are trying. And that effort, that daily choice to live with integrity even when no one is watching, that is what builds a life you can be at peace with. So tonight ask yourself, am I living for applause or am I living for alignment? And if the answer makes you uncomfortable, that discomfort is important. It is showing you where the work is. Way 8. Stop chasing approval. You are already enough. How many years of your life have you spent trying to be enough for someone else? Enough for your parents, enough for your partner, enough for your children, enough for your colleagues. Enough, enough, enough. Always measuring yourself against a standard you did not set. Always adjusting, performing, bending yourself into shapes that fit other people's needs. And now, after decades of this exhausting performance, here is the question that might break you open. When do you finally become enough for yourself? Buddhism teaches something that sounds almost too simple to be true. You deserve your own love, as much as anyone in the entire universe. Not because you have earned it, not because you have proven yourself, but because you exist. That is it. Your worth is not conditional. It does not depend on achievement, appearance, or approval. It is inherent. But most people do not believe that. They carry a quiet belief that they are only valuable when they are useful, only lovable when they are pleasing others, and so they spend their entire lives chasing validation like it is oxygen. But here is what happens when you finally stop. When you stop performing, when you stop measuring, when you stop waiting for permission to love yourself, you return to yourself. Imagine this. Picture a lantern glowing inside your chest, steady, warm, constant. It does not flicker based on who is watching. It does not dim when someone criticizes you. It does not brighten when someone praises you. It just glows because that is what it does. That lantern is your inherent worth, and it has been burning this whole time, even when you could not see it. Now ask yourself gently, whose approval still shapes your peace? Whose opinion still has the power to make you question your worth? And here is the deeper question. What would freedom feel like? Not freedom from responsibility, not freedom from connection, but freedom from the endless need to prove that you matter. Because you do matter, not because of what you have done, but because of what you are. A human being, breathing, alive, carrying decades of experience, pain, love, and resilience. That is enough. You are enough. Not in some distant future when you have finally fixed everything, not when you have lost the weight or healed the relationship or figured it all out, but right now, in this moment, as you are. Here is the turning point that changes everything. The moment you stop chasing validation, you return to yourself. And that return is not a loss, it is a homecoming. You stop living for an audience. You start living from your center. You stop asking, do they approve? You start asking, does this align with who I am? And that shift, quiet as it is the beginning of real freedom. So ask yourself tonight, who am I without comparison? Who am I when I am not performing, not proving, not adjusting myself to fit someone else's expectations? That person, the one underneath all the layers of approval seeking, is who you have been looking for. and they have been waiting for you to come home. You were never meant to be approved, you were meant to awaken. And awakening begins the moment you stop asking for permission to exist as you are. After 60, life is not asking you to shrink. It is not asking you to fade quietly into the background, to accept irrelevance, to wait politely for the end. Life is asking you to soften, to stop fighting yourself, to forgive the past, to rest without guilt, to trust your body, to live by your own values, not someone else's applause, to release the weight you were never meant to carry, and to finally, after all these years, love yourself with the same tenderness you have given to everyone else. This is not selfishness, this is wisdom ripened by time. Take a slow breath right now. Feel the air fill your lungs. Feel your chest rise and fall. You are here, you are alive, and that is enough. If something in you felt seen tonight, if a part of you recognized itself in these words, write gently in the comments just 3 words, I return to myself. Because that is what this is, a return, not to who you used to be, but to who you have always been, beneath the noise, the expectations, the endless striving. You are not in the epilogue of your life. You are in the chapter where everything you have learned finally comes together, where gentleness is not weakness but strength, where rest is not laziness but trust, where loving yourself is not indulgence, but the most honest thing you can do. So, return to yourself, softly, gently, without apology. Because the world needs people who have stopped performing and started living. And that person can be you, starting now.